Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Mitchell J back with another video, and today we're going to be finding out exactly why Porter Jr. fell in the NBA draft. Now, if you didn't know, Michael Porter Jr. coming out of high school was the #1 ranked player in the country. Dude was a beast. He did, I think it was a back injury, I'm pretty sure. He suffered, I think, the first practice game or something like that in college, which he then fell, I think he fell to the 15th pick, something like that, which doesn't make any sense. You can see how he's playing now. He's going to improve. I can see him averaging 22 points per game, next season, things like that. But yeah, considering Kyrie Irving had kind of the same thing. I know he injured himself. I think it was his ankle. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, and he still went #1. So let's just find out exactly what happened.
On draft night.
Oh, by the way, this is JJ Redick's podcast, one of my favorite players in the league.
Like, take us through this a little bit. Take us through your mindset, where you thought you were going to be picked, where you were hoping to
Top
get
5.
picked.
It should have been.
Did you get a promise from a team? Did Denver promise you? Like, as this is all unfolding, kind of take us through draft night. Because you were projected to be, prior to the back injury, a top 2 or 3 pick.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I've never really talked about this too in detail, like on anything like this. But so the whole process was, I had rehab for my first surgery.
Oh, that's right. He had 2 surgeries.
Then I'm getting ready. I didn't go work out for any teams, so I just had one pro day. All the teams came to me in Chicago, and I worked out pretty well. I was in some pain, but I thought that was just part of the rehab process.
Yeah.
I worked out really good. Sacramento brings me in and is like, yo, like, if you feel good, we're going to take you with the #2 pick. I'm like, bet, that's dope. But my agent wanted to have a second pro day just for the top 10 teams, because he's like, man, these guys are raving about you. Like, if you do
should have
well,
easily gone top 5. If there was a redraft, he would have gone top 10.
So I'm like, bet. And that's only 2 weeks. The pro days were a week in between each other. So I'm getting ready. And then 2 days before, I wake up that morning and like all the pain is down my leg. Like, it's crazy again. After I had the first surgery, I call my agent. I'm like, yo, like, I can't get out of bed, bro. So he tells me, man, the teams are already on their way. Like, just let them evaluate you. So I end up, for that second pro day, I'm laying on a table, and they're all top 10 teams have their doctors there.
Oh, no.
Evaluating me. The guy from the Clippers was the head doctor. And he's the one that wrote the report. It's like, he probably won't ever play again. So I thought, draft night. And the thing is, like, I wish I had the second surgery right then, because, if you let that thing sit for a while, like pressing on that nerve, then it's going to be a longer recovery.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with your nerves.
So, but the doctor was like, man, let it sit for 6 weeks, and then we'll go from there. So even at draft night, I hadn't had surgery yet, and I was in so much pain. So I'm sitting there, and even if you get picked at 14, bro, like
it's 14th.
You're there like 2 hours, like before I got picked. So I'm sitting there trying to deal with this pain. And the day before, Mark was like, Mike, I want you to talk to the Nuggets. I just want to get you a floor to where you won't go past. And so the Nuggets end up saying, like, we don't think he'll be there, but if he's there, we'll take him. First time I talked to Tim Conley was like the day of the draft.
Wow.
Like, I didn't even really think
they took a chance and it paid off, man.
And then, got drafted. And I said at draft night, just for like them believing in me, like I wanted to be their best draft pick ever, and I was going to work as hard as I could to become that. And so I still feel like every year, man, it's like little by little growth. Like, I went through a lot, but it's all God's time.
Kid can get through anything.
So I'm blessed to be in the situation I'm in, and I'm blessed to even be playing in the NBA. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to sort of put words in your mouth, but I do sense a little bit of bitterness towards the Clippers for passing on you twice. I want to ask you though, like, as you're going through this moment, are you doing this thing that Paul Pierce just talked about this in his Hall of Fame speech? Like, are you doing this thing where you're like recording in your brain, like searing in your brain, like every team that passes on you? Or did you have the perspective at the time of sort of like, no, I'm dealing with this back injury. I understand why this is happening.
No, I understood it. I
Stupid.
didn't necessarily have any. I don't have any bitterness towards any team, because I was low key scared myself. Like, I didn't know if I was going to bounce back the way I wanted to.
Oh wow.
Either, and it's been a slow process. Like, I still feel like I'm getting there. But I mean, the Clippers. I mean, to be honest with you, it might have been a God thing, because who knows? You know how crazy LA is. You know, living in LA as a rookie, doing just strictly rehab without even playing.
Oh,
I might
yeah, he
have got
could
into
have
some stuff. So it's, man, I'm
could
where
have
I'm
been
supposed to
crazy.
be.
You might have got turned. You might have got turned.
Two-turn.
What is like, I love your mentality and listening to you talk, but like, do you have an end game? Do you have like, what is the best version of me? Have you thought about that, visualized that, written that down?
You know, I used to be like, man, I want to be better than him. I want to be better than him. I want to be the best. Now for me, it's just like, because of the uncontrollable things that have happened to me, it changed my perspective to, nah, I'm just get up every day, try to be better than I was the day before, and then leave the potential
That's all you can do.
up to God. Like, if I'm giving my best every day and making sure my mental game is strong, playing with confidence, I don't want to put a ceiling on myself and say like, oh, if I'm better than him, then I will feel like I had success. It's just like, no, if I'm working as hard as I can every day, and God continues to keep me healthy, then I'm good. Because there's been some uncontrollable things. It's like, no matter how much core I do, no matter how much whatever I do, it's like something can still happen.
Wow, that was pretty interesting. Well, yeah, I knew he had the first surgery, but I forgot about the second surgery, and it's crazy. You know, definitely if there was a redraft, I can see him definitely going top 10. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. Catch y'all next time. Peace.